How do you stop a scorpion? You set it to scorpio off. As you already know, I am not only keeping tarantulas as pets. In fact, all kinds of terrarium animals are interesting for me to observe and to keep. And among those is an arachnid that is connected to my favorite clan of the Legend of the Five Rings: scorpions. Scorpions are fascinating little creatures. They look so menacing with their stinger and their pincers. But I have the feeling that they are shrouded by bad reputation and often overlooked as terrarium pets, overshadowed by tarantulas, reptiles and amphibia. Is this fear justified? Absolutely not. Sure, there are a lot of species on our planet that could potentially harm you, but the ones that we keep as pets in our hobby are mostly harmless. In my opinion, keeping scorpions is an excellent alternative to keeping tarantulas. Their movements are more predictable, they cannot climb glass, so if you're afraid of that, maybe a scorpion is just for you. If you remember a few things, the care for scorpions is actually pretty easy. The specimen we are rehousing today comes from the Heterometrus genus, a Heterometrus laoticus to be more precise, commonly known as the Vietnam forest scorpion. The scorpion is about 3 years old. I got him when I got back into the hobby, and with him we can see probably the biggest downside with big scorpions. It takes a long time before they grow up. Okay, I think it is time. Let's go rehouse the Heterometrus laoticus. Okay, so this is the enclosure we are using today. This one has 30 by 30 by 20 centimeters in dimension, which is sufficient for this kind of scorpion. One note about the Heterometrus: they need a lot of substrate to dig. So this enclosure is suboptimal since the ventilation holes are not at the perfect height. But we can use a simple trick. We can make a slope with the substrate, so there's a lot more in the back of the enclosure, and as we are getting closer to the front, we are connecting with the ventilation holes. But first, let's make the background for this enclosure. See, I just took a piece and I already broke it off. I'm so clumsy today. Let's check if I took those dimensions correctly. The upper glass is really practical. Fits like a glove. So let's use the fork and add some texture to this background. This looks okay, I believe. Yeah, we need to clean that first. Okay, I think this looks good enough. Let's get to the substrate. Okay, so let's prepare the substrate for the enclosure. The scorpion is a heavy burrower, so we need to prepare the substrate in such a way so it won't collapse on him while he is digging inside the enclosure. So as a base, we will use cocoa fiber. I will need a lot more cocoa fiber. Next thing I would like to add is a bit of sand. A bit of sand. I am not sure where I got the info about the cocoa fiber sand mixture for scorpions, but so far it worked for me, so I'm sharing that info with you. What I also like to add to give this whole thing a bit more stability is a bit of clay. Okay, I can already feel that this stuff is quite sticky, which is exactly what we need, exactly what the scorpion needs. Regular cocoa fiber will fall on the scorpion if it dries up too much, so we don't really want that. We want this burrow to be as stable as possible. Okay, let's get this mixture inside the enclosure and we'll start making the slope. transform this slope here. I think we need a bit more substrate. I have no clay left, but this is the outer layer, so there should be no problem. So I dug out some stuff from my magical box full of terrarium equipment, mostly decorations. So we will make a starter burrow right here. With a bit of luck we can observe the scorpion that will be right inside here. So come on, I want to have a window so I can observe the scorpion. We'll see how this will develop. Hopefully well. Next, from my box of magical terrarium equipment, moss. Ooh, this would be nice, an entrance into this scorpion den. Yeah, this looks good. Ooh, plastic plants, yeah, ooh. Nah, this one is okay. Okay, add a bit more cork pieces. This way we could stabilize it a bit. Okay, this looks, in my opinion, better, because this gives the idea of an old forest with a lot of stuff on the ground. Okay, let's add some water to this enclosure and let's get to the important part. Yeah, this looks quite nice. I like it. But first, let's get rid of this mess here. Okay, let's introduce our friend to his new home. So we need to get the scorpion out. He's dug in somewhere right here. So this will be a bit messy. Yeah, he has quite some size. He looks quite friendly. Would really like to check if this is a male or a female. Could grab him by the tail and okay, let's get a close-up of his underside. This might be a problem. That was an adventure. I hope he will like his new home, because I think that this enclosure came out quite nice. So as you can see, the rehousing went pretty well. To be honest, this was a lot easier than rehousing tarantulas in many ways. So now it's your turn. Do you keep scorpions? What kind of species? And what are your experiences with scorpions? Let us all know down in the comments. If you like what you saw and want to see more exotic animals, consider subscribing, ring the bell, leave a comment what you like, what you want to see in future videos, and as always, thank you for I almost poked my eye out. Thank you for watching. Tarantula out.